ओम सदाशिवसमारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंता वंदे गुरुपरंपरा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुम् त्यागस्य च हृषीकेश पृथक् केशिनिषूदन। Then we'll go to verse number 7. नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः। दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् सकृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागफलं लभेत्। कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन संगं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागः सात्विको मतः। So as we started looking at the question of Arjuna, that is how the chapter began, that he wanted to know the difference between sannyasa and tyaga. And of course, he was very much curious. Now, this teaching continues from verse number 1 to 12. So we'll see what is renunciation all about it. Especially Lord Krishna answered. There are rishis, there are different type of thinkers, different people, you can say philosophers, shastrajna, learned scholars do talk differently about sannyasa and tyaga. Even though both sannyasa and tyaga are synonymous. However, I would like to highlight that there are three types of sannyasa. So from verse number 7 onwards. So one is tamasic, out of moha, out of ignorance, if you give up the action that are to be done. So in the form of yajna, dana, tapas, these three have been taken, so you can add. However, if you also give up, because there is pain involved, difficulties involved. So when you give up because of attachment, because of fear of, that's why that is called rajas. And the final one was called sattvika sannyasa. So there, when we saw sattvika sannyasa, that it is to be done as a niyatam. And while doing sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva satyagaha. So that means the person gives up the attachment. It's like the person looks at these are the means, not the end. Like when we go to the schools, universities. So because universities are the means to get the certificate. So we don't fall in love with university campus. Some people fall in love, okay? So very nice, very good, all the things. So if I fall in love in university campus, what will happen? So when convocation will come, will I cry or not? So many people, especially I have seen also, especially girls, when they leave the hostel, oh, you cannot think of the way they cry, hugging with each other. Oh, what a mess they create, okay? And some men also do it, not that only women, okay? Some men do inside the bathroom. And they miss their bathroom, okay? That's the most important thing. However, so falling in love in the means, getting attached to the means is not healthy. So also yajna, dana, tapa being the means for what? For chitta suddhi. So that's why here we have to understand sattvika sannyasa is karma yoga. So there is no difference between a sattvika sannyasi, a karma yogi in the level of mind. The mental status of a sattvic sannyasi and a karma yogi are one and same. Only the difference is one is in garb, other one is not. Because you have to be very clear and careful in this aspect. Because both of them are doing for the purification of the mind. Because why all these things being highlighted? We have seen. Because if we do not look at that way, then it will be a big mistake. Because in karma yoga, so when person is doing something, he is not renouncing yajna, dana, or tapa. So he performs everything. But how he performs? Because he performs as my preparedness, my mind for chitta suddhyartham, and this is to be done. Because I have got an opportunity, I am the instrument. That's why I do it. Even if you look at, suppose, let us say you are a father, you are a mother. So being father or mother to your children, so what is your job? Please, you have to be very, I don't know, careful in this regard. Remember, as a father or mother, I cannot control the future of my children. That's what many people do mistake. So you want to control the future of the children, means you want to mold them according to your way. My question is, did you get molded by your parents? If your parents could not mold you, how do you expect you to mold your children? Okay, same gene is continuing, okay? Maybe better gene or worse gene, okay? But each one think that I can mold my child. So when I think that I can control molding, here I'm putting it controlling, okay? So if I think I can control my child's future, so that means what? There will be worries and anxieties. Yes, I can contribute to the atmosphere of my child where child can get molded by himself or herself. So I am the one who only can provide healthy atmosphere. So that if I make a rule, let a child get up, morning 5 o'clock. Because I get up, not that I ask child to get up 5 o'clock, I get up 8 o'clock, okay? So when I get up, so child gets up. Because it always happens other way around. You can see most of the people I see, parents get up because of the child. Very unfortunate. Because child has to go to the school, so that's why parents have to get up. And Saturday, Sunday, child does not go to school, so parents also sleep longer. It's ridiculous. Very unfortunate. And you expect your child to grow. However, I should not stretch to the children. Okay, I don't know why I picked up today. However, so what I need to do here is that. So I create an opportunity. I give the atmosphere. Let the child grow. How it happens? Because karma yoga means we say, or here sattvika sannyasa means we say sangam tektva, giving up the attachment. So attachment with reference to what you are doing, also with reference to result of the karma that you are doing, both. Now, how it works technically? Because you literally renounce the anxiety. It works fantastically. Problem with all of us is that unnecessarily we become anxious for no reason. The anxiety is so strong in a person that creates a lot of insecurity in one's own self. And of course, it is because of Ishta Anugraha, or you can say Daiva Anugraha, Daiva Anugraha, because of lack of Daiva Anugraha. So when the Ishwara's grace is not there, that's why we bring it very carefully. Why we bring puja? Why we bring Ishta Devata? Because it is very easy for me, especially when there is anxiety. I can surrender myself to my Ishta Devata, to my Guru, to my Shastra. Any other method is not going to work. Sometimes when Ishta Devata does not work, so I go and talk to my Guru. So the moment I talk to my Guru, okay, even if Guru lifts his hand, so I become, different. So that means what happens? This is called surrender. That works. That takes care of my anxiety. And when a person is free from anxiety or is able to manage anxiety, only that person's mind will be prepared. Because in any ashram you look at, whether it's brahmacharya ashram, grihastha ashram, vanaprastha ashram, or even if sannyasa ashram, only there are hassles. There is no hassle-free life, remember. Especially, I'm talking about in sannyasa ashram, we have a big problem. People will come to see him. There will be no time. People also are like that, don't worry. So whenever they are free, they expect Swamiji should be free. So as though Swami doesn't have anything to do, okay? 24 hours, shop is open. So they sometimes think it is like a temple. It's a very bad concept. So temple, they can go anytime because passing by, they can go. They go to buy in India, they go morning, they have to go buy some LA, banana leaf. So near the temple is available. So while buying banana leaf or banana, let us go to temple also. You should see the funny concept. I observe people. So also, now I think Swamiji must be free. Let me go. How do you know Swamiji is free? However, so people are like that. So being a Swami, what choice do I have? I cannot say no, because Swami and privacy never works. Please understand. A Swami and privacy never works. It will not work. So everyone has got their limitation. Every ashram has its own limitation. But when I go through this sattvika sannyasa, or I am a karma yogi, both way the mind remains undisturbed with reference to any situation that I come across in my life. Or else what will happen? There will be a disaster in my life. So that's why, with this background, let us read the next verse so that it becomes easier. Nadveshta kushalam karma kushale nanusajjate त्यागी सत्वसमाविष्टः मेधावी छिन्न संशयः. See, very nicely, if we look at this aspect also, that how a, let us say, karma yogi lives his life, or here you can say sattvika sannyasa, because verse number 10, 11 and 12, these three verses are nothing but called as sattvika sannyasa mahima, glorification of sattvika sannyasa, or you can say glorification of karma yoga also. Karma yoga mahima or sattvika sannyasa mahima, these three verses. So he says, sattva samavishta. So the one who is established in sattva guna. That's why nitya sattvasta bhava, nirdunda bhava. We have seen long, long back. Hope you remember. So whole process is nothing to lead myself towards sattva guna, nothing else. And the more I am tuned with sattva guna, the more I enjoy my life. Enjoyment real comes from sattva guna. Or else I become very gross. And I enjoy for a few minutes or few seconds, but I suffer for a long. Have you not observed? So here is being said, sattva samavishta, being established in sattva guna. A tyagi, a renouncier. Here, tyagi here means a sattvika sannyasi, or you can use the karma yogi. Very conveniently how Lord Krishna, converts. So a tyagi, a sattvika sannyasi, both, because no more sannyasi word, okay, replaced with tyagi. Now he is medhavi. So medhavi means always whose discrimination, medha buddhi, medha is in the forefront. So the discrimination power is always forefront. How it happens? Because of Shastra. So because of Shravana, Mananam and Nitidhyasana, your way of thinking becomes so direct. Even if any circumstances, difficult circumstances, you think properly. You cannot change your thinking. That is the job of Shravanam, Mananam and Nitidhyasana. After a given time, you cannot think differently. Your worries, anxieties, your likes and dislikes, your preferences, even if wants to interfere, cannot disturb you. So that's why here is being said, Medhavi, a wise person, a matured person, the one who is able to keep one's own discriminative faculty in the forefront, not preferences, likes and dislikes or insecurities. And who is that person? Chinna samsaya. So the one who is free from all doubts. What is to be done, what is not to be done. Because all the doubts comes when there is anxiety, when there is uncertainty, especially when I get attached to my insecurity. I start doubting anybody and everybody, finally myself. In fact, it is the other way around. When I start doubting myself, I start doubting everyone. So the doubting starts in me. But problem is when I start doubting myself without knowing that I started doubting, then what happens? I think I am confident. I become super duper arrogant and I make more mistake, more problem for me. That's another level. So whenever you make mistake, you can see for yourself. There is deep within, you start doubting, but you try to cover up. You ignore. So while ignoring the doubting nature in you, you start becoming confident, work on. Finally, what happens? You know better, everything collapses. So that's why here is being said, Chinna Samsayaha, free from all doubts. And interestingly, not dveshti akusalam karma. That's the beautiful point to observe. So the translation would be, so not dveshti, he does not hate. The person does not hate. What does not hate? Akushalam karma. The karma that is akushalam, not agreeable to him. Generally, what you do? The karma that is not agreeable to him. The action that is not suitable. They say, it's not suitable for me. It is not comfortable for me. It does not jail with me. This is a new word, okay? It does not jail with me. Mamma mia. You should see the words they use, okay? My feeling does not accept. I see. Okay. So that's why I don't like. They won't say hate. I don't like. You understand? Keep it away. A child says, Mama, I don't like this. Keep this thing away. A child can afford to say, not you. Okay. If you say you are another child, don't worry. So here he says, the karma, that which is akushalam, not agreeable to you, disagreeable karma. So one who does not hate. At the same time, na anusajjate. Fantastic. Neither the person is attached to kushalam karma, that which is agreeable. So generally, a person which is good, wow, nice, no, you understand? This is the life. Here is not like that because what is agreeable, what is disagreeable, what is all about it? Where your likes and dislikes are not being challenged, that becomes agreeable. Where your likes and dislikes somehow, some way is being challenged or going to be challenged, that becomes disagreeable. Have you not observed? That is how we do it, how the habit makes disagreeable to agreeable. I can tell you openly. Especially whether it's exercise or pranayama. I can explain pranayama better. So let me talk a little bit of pranayama today, okay? The first day when you have to do pranayama, what will happen? Swamiji, I'm not able to breathe. In fact, my chest pain, my nose also running, difficult. All complaints will come. So is it agreeable or disagreeable? Definitely it is disagreeable. So that's why you drop pranayama. Now, suppose under a teacher you start practicing, and that too becomes a religious practice. Today, tomorrow, after 5 to 10 days. Now, the disagreeable pranayam practice, will it be agreeable or disagreeable? In fact, if you don't practice pranayam, you feel something is missing, something is wrong in you. Like class. When we started class, oh, morning, no, please. Can we stop? Can we extend? Now, what happens after some time? If there is no class, do you miss or not? So now this disagreeable becomes agreeable or not. So that means you should not give up disagreeable. So whatever is disagreeable, you think it is your likes and dislikes. That's why what is to be done, what is not to be done, others should decide. We say beautifully, carefully. With reference to food, I should decide. A person should decide which food I should take, which food I should not take, because body knows what is to be taken. Whereas with reference to dress, others should decide, not me. Unlike nowadays, okay? That's why girls are having shorter and shorter dress, men are having longer and longer dress. It's very funny nowadays, okay? However, so that's why he says, look, na anusajyate, the person, one who is, what happened? Not get attached to the kushalam karma, that is agreeable. At the same time, the person also not dveshti with reference to akusala karma, that means which is disagreeable. Now, when we look at this aspect, the whole concept is nothing. Whether I am a karma yogi or I am a sattvika sannyasi, because we are not talking about rajasic and tamasic sannyasi. In fact, we don't look at them. This is not our topic. Both of them enjoy the same status of mind. So that means, in reality, from the mental level, there is no difference. That's why we say very nicely, etat parthyam, yatat bhavyam. This is what we say, etat parthyam, yatat bhavyam, bhavatu purva janmanusare. Sometimes you say purva janmanurupam. So this is my prarthana. This is my prayer. So let it happen according to my past karma. Whatever. All has to happen in future. Let it happen according to my past karma. I don't have any control. This is my prarthana. Means before problem comes, I invite problem. You understand? That is called maturity. So when this is the attitude, and this attitude can come more and more, I dedicate myself with this nitya karma. So that's why a person has to really work on, or else what will happen? The person will get entangled again with likes and dislikes. You cannot become naistri gunya. You cannot be free from all these gunas. So with this, we should go to the next verse, or else we will be get stuck. Nahi dehavruta sakyam त्यक्तुम कर्माण्य शेषतः यस्तु कर्मफल त्यागी सत्यागीत्यभिधीयते. He gives another point very nicely. Says, look, you need to understand that when a person who is dehabhuta, so dehabhuta means the one who is identified with the body, means as long as you have deham, the shariram, nahi satyam, means as long as you are alive, in short. Nahi sakyam, it is not possible at all. It is impossible. What? Tyaktum, simple translation. Tyaktum means not able to renounce. You cannot renounce. It is impossible. What? Karmani, actions. Ashesataha, completely. Nahi dehavrita sakyam tyaktum karmanya sesataha. Asesata karmani, not tyaktum. It is not possible. For whom? Dehavruta. The one who is alive, in short. So as long as you are alive, you cannot give up all actions completely. Forget. Even if breathing also. Involuntarily action. Sitting, sleeping, eating, swallowing. That is most important action, okay? So it has to continue to whereas. But saha, that person, yaha karma phalatyagihi, the one who renounces the result of action, here he says, tyagi iti avidhiyate. That person alone is called a renunciate. So we are not highlighting about give up karma because karma cannot be given up. But we can do what? Karma phala tyagi. Because if you look at whole life, your anxiety is connected not to the karma. Always your anxiety is connected to the result of action. So the more one is connected to the result of action, we say one who focuses on the end but never takes care of the means. That person is restless, that person is anxious. So your BP goes high unnecessarily. Also, you make others BP to go high. You are least bothered about your means, what is supposed to be done, but you daydream, you always think of, the future. What will happen? What will not happen? Then what happens? You know better. So that's why you need to do karma. There is no choice. That's why second chapter, the popular verse, misunderstood verse, what? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phala hetu bhuhu te sangastve akarmani iti. So we need to look at this very carefully. So how this karma works in my life. That's why what I need to do, the one who is a karma phala tyagi. So that means what? Generally, we say karma phala tyagi means the one who has no attachment with reference to karma phala, renouncer of karma phala, result of action. But not like that. The one who gives up anxiety regarding the result of action. So this is one more step, okay? Not that you give up. Who are you to give up? Result of action. Karmanyavadi karaste ma phalesu kadachana. When I make a sound called karma, clap, sound is the result. Who am I to give up the sound? Any result I do, whether good or sorry, any karma I do, whether it's good or bad, result has to come or not. With reference to result, I am helpless. But the sound, whether it will create disturbance you or it will reach to you, because my intention is you are sleeping so that I can disturb you, okay? While listening, you are sleeping, okay? So I slap to wake you up, or I want to slap so that you enjoy, like Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Don't worry, if I do also, you will start doing it, which is good, nothing wrong in it, at least. In fact, somebody told Swamiji, in your class, if 5 minutes, if you can do some bhajan, you will see many people will listen to your talks. In fact, in YouTube, it will be a big hit. I said, I am a donkey. I cannot, maybe we'll create a group. Okay, don't worry. However, coming back to the point. So here, because there are groups in it, I saw also in Europe. So when they come to the airport, people receive Hare Rama, Hare Rama, and that fellow is becoming popular and popular. So good. And the best part is the organization head is in different color dress and others are in kavi dress, means ochre dress. I don't know how from this tradition comes, okay? It's fantastic because you have to be different, okay? So boss has to be different. Anyway, this is my problem. Oh, already I have crossed the time. I'm extremely sorry. Okay, we'll stop it, okay? So that's why yahatu karma phala tyagi. So the one not who gives up the result of action, but here is the one who gives up the anxiety regarding the result of action. So that means I work on always to handle my anxiety that is connected to the result of action, in short called future. That time I am a sattvika tyagi, sattvika sannyasi, in short called real karma yogi. More of it we will see next class. Om Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you. And